Inside the Story with 60 Minutes producers Henry Schuster and Rachel Morehouse.
I came across a report that UNICEF had just put out saying that this was the worst year ever for Syrian children since the start of the civil war. And then kind of buried in the report, they said because of all of these deaths, there were more orphans than ever before.
And that caught your eye?
That really caught my eye. And I actually had just come back from maternity leave. I had twins who were about 5 months old at that point.
And you had babies on your mind around the clock?
I did. I had babies on my mind, and it was just something that is so emotional. Right away, I spoke with my colleague, Henry Schuster, about this, and we thought, wow, this is a story that we really need to pursue.
What's on Rachel's mind is babies and children. What's on my mind is orphans, because we've adopted a child. And so you have these personal frames of reference, and then we started asking questions. So before the war started, there were only about 200 kids in the orphanages of Aleppo. Now, clearly, the war had just exploded that. 7 years of war had changed all that. And so it became a big mystery for us to try to find out where are these kids, how many kids there are.
We came across a video that was a message for help. It was sent out from an orphanage that was deep underground in East Aleppo, and this was the end of 2016, so this is the worst part of the war on Aleppo. There were about 47 kids who were huddled underground.
They were trapped down there?
They were trapped down there.
They were being shelled by the Syrian government troops and the allies of the Syrian governments, and they were in desperate straits.
The only person you hear speaking is this one 10-year-old girl.
Right, this 10-year-old girl, Yasmin. This girl took a leadership role, and she was saying, I don't know if we'll ever get out of here. I don't know if we'll survive, but my name is Yasmin, I'm 10 years old, please help us. So we decided we had to track them down. We found out from reports that they had escaped Aleppo.
But then the kids and the Mumayazun orphanage disappear off the face of the earth, and we can't find them. We're tracking social media in Arabic. We're looking everywhere for them, and we keep finding these digital breadcrumbs. We're always a step behind. They make it to Idlib, and after they made it to Idlib and we find them there, they're gone. We had great help from our producer on the ground, Haitham Musa, who also became just obsessed like we were about finding these kids and finding the Mumayazun orphanage. And it took us months, but we finally did by meeting Ahmed Hamedo.
Ahmed Hamedo is the director of the orphanage inside of Syria called Mumayazun.
The girl who's speaking in the video, she seems to be the leader of the group. Tell me about her.
The girl is very smart and has a strong personality, and she's educated, and she has the personality of a leader among the children. We, as the administration of the orphanage, we rely on her on many student matters.
Did you and the 60 Minutes team want to go find her and interview her in Syria?
100%. And we thought we could. But at the same time, we knew that the situation with the border was always a little precarious, and at the last minute, they might deny us access.
And is that what happened?
That's what happened at the last minute.
But the director came to you in Turkey.
Right. So we brought him to us, and we heard his story.
After all of the shelling in Aleppo, after this harrowing trip out of there, how are the children doing today?
Of course, the children were miserable, in a bad emotional state. But we always have activities to get them out of this atmosphere. There's psychological support for them. They're working on being children and building the future of Syria. And they'll try to build Syria after the gang of Bashar al-Assad in the future, God willing.
So then it became a question of how could we reach them? And what we did was we taped a message. Scott taped a message to the kids.
Hi, everybody. My name is Scott, and I work for a news program in America called 60 Minutes. And the folks in America want to know what your life is like there and what your dreams are for Syria.
And the message was played to the kids, and the cameraman we hired was able to record their message back to us.
What did you learn about her from the footage that was brought back over the border?
I think we learned that she's such a fighter, and she really is a true leader.
And you see a lot of smiles. You see sunshine, you see kids who are playing, you see Yasmin talking in different occasions to us, and Yasmin has very definite ideas about what she wants to do.
I want to be a doctor for little kids, she said. I am studying so that when I grow up, I'll know where to go, how to get myself together, and find a place to live.